Emissions from factories and vehicles have made the air in urban cities thick, smoky and difficult to breathe in. And as most people curse these pollutants, a group of former IIT students have found a way to repurpose them for a very interesting use. Delhi's toxic air pollution is not a surprise to anyone in the country, but rarely is it inspiring us to change. That is until young innovators Pratik, Arpit and Kushagra were confronted with it. They met in IIT Delhi while studying chemical, mechanical and textile engineering respectively. But the idea for their innovation didn't come from any classroom. It came from a glass of sugarcane juice.
There are some sugarcane crushers that are powered by diesel engines. So on one fine day, I was drinking this sugarcane juice, enjoying the sugarcane juice. Now what this guy did was that he connected exhaust of the engine to a pipe and threw it on the ground. So what happened was that there was a pothole and this exhaust splashed against the pothole onto the wall next to it, and the wall became black. So it was a very normal observation, but then the idea struck that why not do it intentionally.
From that blackened wall, the idea for the Chakra Shield, as the innovators have named it, was born. It is a machine that takes emissions from diesel generators, cleans them of pollutants such as soot, and repurposes that collected carbon to create printing ink. The clean air cause was a very personal one for these young innovators, struggling with their own health concerns.
I am also a respiratory patient that during winters I personally suffer from a lot of problems. So it was for a long time it was inside me that I should use technology to tackle this problem.
I come from the city of Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. When I came here in Delhi, I was told about the scares of air pollution in Delhi, which had become a very big problem. And when I heard that it's actually more disastrous to exercise here than it is beneficial, I was horrified.
Pratik's horror is not without reason. In 2014, Delhi was tagged the world's most polluted city. While this year, this rank has been lowered to the 11th most polluted, the 2.5 particulate matter concentration in the city's air is still 6 times the WHO norm, which is dangerously toxic. And this is what Chakra Innovation hopes to tackle.
Only motivation at that time was to make Delhi breathable again. And the results that we got during this time was that we were collecting a lot more carbon than what is usually said in the research papers or what the diesel company engine manufacturers usually claim. So that made us even more worried about the problem.
As 24-year-old Arpit and his team found, diesel generators used in industries such as telecom, power and railway are one of the largest contributors to such pollution, which then became the primary focus for these engineers.
We decided that we would start the idea execution by tackling the problem of diesel engines. The device that we have built, we have named it Chakra Shield, and its size varies according to the capacity of the engine. Starting from a 5 kVA engine all the way to 400 kVA engine, we have built devices of various sizes. Now what happens is that all the pollution that is coming through it, we are able to capture over 70% of the particulate matter that would have otherwise went into the air.
Once these pollutants are captured, the separated soot is purified and tested to ensure that it is non-flammable and then repurposed, which is the job of 22-year-old chemical engineer Pratik.
When we separate the soot out, it basically becomes equivalent to carbon black. So anything that can be done with carbon black can be done with this soot. So basically right now we are focusing on screen printing processes where we make black inks and paints.
As Pratik claims, the ink created by Chakra Innovation is very fine, making it a premium product in the textile industry. The downside is that it is expensive and will only be made cheaper once they scale. Using this ink, every poster, shoe, t-shirt or wall that they print can make our urban polluted cities a little easier to breathe in.
Each t-shirt that we are able to print with the carbon that we are capturing purifies enough air that an average adult would breathe in 4 to 4.5 years. So that's the sort of impact that we are trying to create. Moreover, one such device, once installed on a diesel engine that's running for an average of 8 hours a day, it will produce 34 liters of ink every month. And if you were to extrapolate the entire data, it saves enough air that 1,000 adults would breathe during the lifetime of their device.
While this ink is their current focus, these young and eager engineers aren't willing to stop there. Their future ambitions include creating activated carbon to purify water and conductive ink that could print electrical circuits. They also plan on tackling other sources of air pollution.
On the next level, we would be building devices for furnaces that are again very large emitters of smoke and soot. And then we would like to move on to vehicles, starting from trucks and then on to cars and personal vehicles.
As they plan their future, this young team is very proud of how far they've come. Right from the inception of their idea, they have had many hurdles to overcome, from funding problems to lack of faith in their idea.
We were completely bootstrapped, taking money from our previous ventures. Now we are basically surviving on the grants that we have won, various grants, national and international, and soon we will be closing our first round of funding. In the ideation phase, we pitched it to our professors, to our colleagues. Everybody said that it is a very idiotic idea, but from taking that idea from that stage to from seemingly impossible stage to a possible stage, it was a long journey.
After overcoming these hurdles and proving their skeptics wrong, these IIT-groomed engineers believe that there's a lot more that can be done. They think the scope of their venture can be far more impactful with the help of government policy and involvement.
All the startups, we are trying to build models wherein our products are self-sustainable. What I mean by self-sustainable is whatever products that we create do not require subsidy in the long run to keep operational. But it's very important to get initial push from the government to scale rapidly. Because if we are to run on our own, maybe we would be able to scale to 100, 150 odd diesel engines in about a year. But if government pitches in, this could be 10,000 or 15,000.
Innovation and technology can go a long way in helping to solve big city problems. But urban planning and government policy must go hand in hand with these solutions. In New Delhi with camera person Regimon, Ria Almeida for NDTV.